Welcome to the show, guys. Hello, Skye. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. How was your holiday?
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Much needed. I'm looking Greek again with my nice, beautiful golden tan. So I'm feeling good.
You glow differently. I like to see that. You're definitely glowing differently. I love that. Brilliant. So let's talk about this week. Let's talk about we don't have too much time, but let's talk about this within the music industry itself. Obviously, it applies to every single industry around the world because it's a common problem. But within the music industry, people chasing after titles, especially in the big labels, let's just say, because obviously the same issue applies to every single division within the music industry, even in the independent labels. But where you see a lot of corruption and a lot of big problems happening within the big labels, major labels, don't want to give any names, but you know what we're talking about. You see some of these A&Rs or, you know, I don't even know what to call them, but anyway, these people, when you try to reach out to them, they try to act like they are something so big, untouchable, yet they probably only know 10% of what their title requirement is. Yeah. How would you like to elaborate on that and tell me your experience about it, please?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more, honestly. I mean, I've had experiences where I've had interviews and I've even done meetings within major labels, but also some growing independent labels as well, where the ego is starting to raise a little bit. They're getting a bit of, you know, exposure and it's looking good for them on social media. So it's...
Would you call them egotistical?
Sorry?
Would you call them egotistical?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, it's strange because in those situations, straight away, the question that they would ask you is pretty much along the lines of, what do you have to offer me? What can you do for me? And there's been certain instances where I've been in a meeting and, you know, I have a lot to show, and there's proof in that pudding because it's had cuts, it's had interest from other labels as well, and everything is bubbling on my end, but they see that as, is that it? I don't know what else they're expecting. They want everything kind of ready, golden and served on that plate so they can just take it and then run with it. It's very strange.
Would you say, is it because, I'm not going to take liberties and say they don't know what to do, but they perhaps know what to do, at least to a certain extent, to a certain degree. I mean, I hope they do, but would you say they want everything to be ready because they don't know what to do, or they just can't be asked to do?
You know, I'll be honest with you. It's the same thing with, I think we've mentioned this, I don't know if it was in a previous video or just me and you personally, but with developing artists as well. You know, when you reach out to a label, if especially a major label, if you're not at that certain stage or you don't have that finished song, then they, unfortunately, they can't be asked. They don't have that time, or they don't want to make that time. And that's a very frustrating thing, because I would honestly say from my experience that 98% of artists and songwriters, they do need that that development. And even if that there's just like a small amount of guidance, they still need that development. But for some reason, there's a lot of labels that are expecting the, you know, completely finished whole package, so they can just take that and think, cool, we have it, let's go.
And why do you think is that? Why do you think they don't have the time? Or why would you think that they just don't want to deal with the whole procedure and they want just a ready product? Just like, for an example, when there's a fruit on a tree, you wait for it to come to this final, the final state, so you can actually pick it off the tree and start eating it, rather than you watering the tree. You first plant the tree, then you start watering it, you start, you know, growing the tree, and then you start seeing the fruits. But instead, what we do is we go to a tree that's already, you know, done, dusted, got the fruits on it, or we go to the shopping mall and we go and grab the fruits from there with no hustle. And that I can understand. But why do you think in the music industry, the big independent or the major labels, some of the, obviously the main major labels and some of the independent labels, why are they not willing to put in the effort in developing the artist?
See, everything that you've just said, it just comes down to patience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they won't have that patience. But I think it all comes down to how much do you believe in that artist? How much do you believe in that writer? And if you do believe in them, then spend that time with them, spend that time to guide them so they can achieve what you see in them. But it's very frustrating. And I mean, there's so many artists that would come to us and say, do you believe in it? Do you believe in me? And we'll say to them, well, the reason why we've taken you on is because we do see something happening, and that's what we're here for, to help you make sure that you achieve that. And I think that's where a lot of major labels and bigger independents, they go wrong, because they would either completely ignore that they don't want to put in that time, or they would sign you, take you on, and then within the next few weeks, days or months, they found someone new or even better in their eyes that has something a bit more to show, to offer. And that's why a lot of artists, they seem to be dropped, just not because they don't have the talent or the skill, just because they're not given that time. And it's horrible, but it's how it is at the moment.
It's just artists are being seen as just, just as a tool, obviously, a money-making, money-generating tool, in my opinion. And once the tool is outdated, what do? Just replace it. In your shed, you've got tools. One of them breaks down, or it's just not doing the job anymore. You just dash in the bin and get a new one. It's exactly the same thing for the musicians, the artists. And it is a horrible situation because, I mean, for me, as a person that's been in the music industry for a very long time, I've seen the ugliest sides of the story. Even fucking yesterday, I gotta be honest, even yesterday, people who don't give a F about anything, I would message from my personal account. Hear me out now.
Yeah.
My personal account, I will message. I don't even care to open the message. The very same people are messaging me on my business account, that not knowing that I own the business. And the difference ratio between two accounts, my personal is on 10K and my business on 170K. And the 160K followers difference is right in front of my eyes. Now, you're not giving an F about me when I message you, but then you turn around and message me. So related to our conversation, title actually does mean something. I mean, not for me. I couldn't care about it. I genuinely don't give a shit about it. I have to say it. I can't hold it in anymore. But to these people, it does. They don't care about when Subaholics messages them. But they care to message Musician Life and say, oh, I would like to talk to you about certain opportunities. And I'm like, cool, let's talk. I'm taking your money. If you answered me from a personal, things were going to work out different. But now I'm going to enjoy taking your money from you. And I fucking love it every time. And it's happened so many times.
Yeah, it's weird though, because I mean, we were talking about this recently, how numbers, when it comes to artists especially, like numbers doesn't mean squat. And there's so many artists that will fight for that, and they think, oh, it looks good at a first glance, but it doesn't mean anything. If your music is not there, if your music is absolute bollocks, then no one cares about that. No one at all. And that's what still baffles me, because sure, you're gaining, great followers or, good contacts, but if your music is at a plateau or it's just not where it needs to be, then no one cares. No one cares about what you're putting out. They're not even listening to it. they're probably gonna unfollow you if you put out another one that's similar to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to say. If your product in your hands is not where it's supposed to be, then it doesn't matter how many followers you have, or where you're eating, or what you're wearing, or which car you're driving, or which hotel you're staying in, or which bloody smoothie you're drinking, what is your mixture. I couldn't care less, and I believe there are a good potential amount of people that's out there that couldn't care less either. If your music sucks, I'm sorry, but no one's going to care about what you do, where you do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's the combination of good music, and great personality, and showing that online, and that will lead you into a very far career. And I think that's a big reason as to why Adele is doing amazing as well, because her songwriting is fucking incredible. But say when she does interviews in the US, especially at the very early stages of her career, where they didn't really know who she was, they just think, what is this girl and what is she saying? I can't understand a word. But they're thinking, I love her personality, this is very infectious, let me listen to her music. So it's like a circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
have you heard the latest music from her?
Yes. What do you think? That says it all. You don't need to say anything else. Yeah.
My girl comes out every 5 years,
and there she was.
The whole sectional awards from every single potential award ceremony that's out there, and then she goes, "See you later, suckers. 5 more years. Bye. I'm done," and that's it.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. She's phenomenal.
What do you think about her? Tell me.
I think, I don't like to use the word perfect.
Close.
But as, sorry?
Close enough, she is.
Close enough, yeah. But as an artist, I think she's a perfect artist.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, the music is there, the songwriting is there, the heart is there. You can hear her, like, I don't even know her. I've never met her, but I know everything about her just from her songwriting.
Deadly combination.
That makes a fucking great songwriter. Yeah. And if she's able to promote that globally, and people around the world are listening to her music and relating, then no wonder why she's a global artist, because everyone relates. Everyone has somehow connected to her and understood her problems, because we all go through some shit. Like, I've never been divorced or married, but her recent song is about explaining to her family, I think to her son, the reason why she had to get divorced. But that hit my heart.
Imagine that. Yeah. What was a previous song that came out before this one, 5 years ago? That was to do with when we were young.
Yeah. Was that around Hello? Was that around the same time?
Yeah, it's exactly 5 years ago from now, though.
5 years. Oh.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, right? And when I've heard that, now relating this to our topic quickly, she is someone who has a title, a massive one, to be precise, yet doesn't give a fuck about it. She's just as natural as possible. She just does what she likes. She's not living for the gram. She's not living for social media. She legit disappears for an entire course of 5 years and comes back, sweeps all the awards, and then says, sayonara, I'm going to live my life. You do what the fuck ever you want to do.
Exactly.
Is that a great example? In my opinion, it is. I'm not telling you to go disappear for 5 years, but at least do not chase the clout. Don't chase a title. Just be the musician you want to be. You know?
I think the fact that she doesn't perform live as well, that proves everything, because she has that title, and like you said, she can just like disappear and come back and then make everyone cry all over again, because she knows, her team knows that she has that skill, that songwriting skill, And that's why her fans have been so loyal, because like, yeah, we would think, okay, I'm gonna have to wait another 5 years, but we know that what we're gonna get, it's gonna hit you hard.
Blow your way, 100%. It's going to blow
Exactly.
your way.
It really, it just comes back down to like your songwriting, your music has to be fucking amazing.
Definitely.
And then worry about, I don't even think worry about, the title will come. When you earn that title, it will come. And it's keeping your ego in check as well, and always come back down to reality and know who you are. I think that's why the journey is so important, because that's how you stay true to who you are and not let everything get to you, which is a shame. But I mean, a lot of these, you know, big label A&Rs, executives, whatever, they kind of skip that because they work with such big names all the time that they think that they're worth, you know, gold up their ass. So I don't know.
Unfortunately, shit that comes out your house, though, that's the thing, not gold.
Exactly.
Fat, stinking fucking shit. Yeah, and as grimy, as dirty as it gets, you're not who you think you are. And I believe that will be a good thing to say to one of these people when I come across to them, 100%, because not even, I don't hold grudges. I don't know how to hold a grudge.
Yeah.
That's one of my I believe good traits. I don't know how to hold a grudge, and I'm proud to say that I've never held any grudges in my life. Yeah. But I've got 2 cents to say to these people when I see one of them, or maybe 2. 3 will do. Definitely. But about Adele's song, When We Were Young. When I heard that song 5 years ago, the day it came out,
yes,
I heard it, and I started looking for cameras in my house. I'm like, this bitch knows my life.
Yes.
I was like, where are the cameras? She's been watching me. She knows what I've been through. I'm like, no way. But
just that title alone, When We Were Young, anyone that has ever been in a long-term relationship, it's going to hit you hard.
100%.
Because you think back to the start of that relationship, and that's where she gets you.
100%.
Yes.
That's literally, when I listened to that song, it was the story, but at least for me, because that's when I met my ex-wife. I was a young fella, I was 19. So that, the whole era, the whole 10 years I spent with my ex-wife, it was explained within 3.5 minutes. I was like, cool, I'll take that. And I did, and I love that tune still. Don't listen to it anymore because that era is done a long time ago, but it was good.
But she'll catch you on your next era, so.
This one didn't catch me. The one that just came out now, I was like, cool, I don't relate to it. It's a good tune though.
5 more years, give it 5 more years.
Please. But yeah, she's just an amazing artist.
Yeah.
She's an amazing artist.
Big time.
My next question. How do you think these people who are on top in the music industry, doesn't matter which label they work for, what they do, how do you think they should approach to upcoming artists in terms of maybe giving them more chances, or at least taking the time to just stop overlooking some of the opportunities, because they also have made big mistakes, these people. You know, they have made big mistakes by letting go some of the people who then turn around and explode elsewhere, and they were like, oh shit, what did I do? Yeah. But that's because you had your head up your fucking ass thinking you're all that, and you missed out on a huge chance. How would you think they should approach?
I think it comes down to 2 things. So the big thing is, I think big labels and bigger A&Rs, they become scared of taking risks because maybe their job is on the line. Perhaps they got a budget that they need to work with.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it. And I think if you really do believe in someone and you see something going somewhere, take a risk and also listen, really, really listen to what this artist wants. Because if you try and manufacture them into something that you want, then what you originally saw in their vision, that would just disappear. And that's why a lot of artists will fail. because of that reason, because they're not given that right guidance. So I really do think it's take that risk and go back to your roots of believing in someone and seeing where it goes. Listen to where they want to go. If it doesn't work, then say, okay, how can we tweak that? What can we do to make that a little bit different and make it work? Instead of just ruling out everything straight away. But yeah, I think it does come down to a lot of people being scared just to take risks now, which is strange because that's just part of any business. You have to take risks no matter where you are at in your stage in your career.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand people's mind frame, to be honest, because you come to this life, in my experience, I mean, I don't know if I had lived before. I don't know if this is a reincarnation or whatever. I don't know that. But right now, this is what I know. This is where I am right now, and I'm living the moment. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm focused on the moment. Don't care about the past or the future. But relating this to the topic right now, I don't know how these people are sort of living their lives, because look, you are here right now, right? This moment, and you've got this person that's approaching you and telling you, listen, here is something I manufacture. I've made this. This is my thing. Take a listen.
Yeah.
Often this thing called music, the project, gets dashed into the bin without even being listened to. Now I'm trying to understand how these guys are sleeping okay at night without even not listening to this thing, or getting their team to listen to it, or maybe they listen to themselves, or just giving a quick listen. Or most of the time, because the name is unknown, they don't even care to listen to it. Now I can understand that. Maybe the song is shit, yes. But let's give it a go and give feedback, do something about it. You are a major label for a reason. You're out there, and don't forget who put you up there. It's people.
And I think that's a great thing about TikTok, is that there is no kind of introductions. It's just straight away, this is my music, and it just plays. I think that's why a lot of artists have been signed based off of that, because it just cuts straight to the point. And like we were saying earlier, like there's no more patience within A&Rs and labels. So just having that opportunity just to straight away just listen to the music, I think that's great.
That is right.
But I think like a lot of reason like why, say if you are reaching out to a label through an email submission, a lot of the time they do get ignored based on perhaps how the introduction was made, or there is no introduction. For example, like because I used to get crazy submissions, and I'd always make sure I listened to every single one of them. That was something that I always did. I'm still to this day very proud that I do that.
Right.
But I would get a lot of, say, subjects in the email that would put me off a little bit. And if it was anyone else, they wouldn't listen to it. And for example, I mean, like a subject that would be like, this is the best song you'll ever listen to. You have to sign me. I'm your next big signing.
Give me a break.
The worst one I had was, I hope your checkbook is ready. That's the worst one I've had. And I still listen to the music because I have a big heart. And yes, it was absolutely shit.
I hope your checkbook was ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for the advance, but
ego in that one.
Yeah, like I have had some crazy email introductions, but I think the most important thing is that you have a humble introduction, and just introduce yourself. Just say like what your name is, what you do, what the song is about, perhaps, and keep it like that. You don't need to talk about your advance that we're not giving you yet, or. But I think
that's never gonna get.
Yeah, I understand why they would put things like this is the best song you'll ever listen to, because there's a lot of videos and crap like that where they will say, make sure your email is catchy, make sure.
But that's arrogant. That's not catchy. That's arrogant. That's fucking egotistical. That's,
Exactly.
again, chasing the fucking title, what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Topic of this whole show, but it's crazy, man.
And that's why
Crazy.
I'm so anti these videos where you do have a lot of people that are not artists or never had experience in the industry, and they're given advice on how to boost your career and
People
saying
with
things
one
like,
stream on Spotify trying to give you advice about how to boost your fucking streams on Spotify. Good luck with that.
get that one stream. It's so true.
You gotta do this. You have to do this. How many streams have you got? Don't worry about mine. You gotta do this. Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, I got you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, look, to wrap up the whole thing, because we ran out of time, because we have another call in about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
To wrap up the whole thing, please, artists out there who are listening to us, please, stop chasing the title. Start focusing on your music. Stop living for the cloud and start focusing on your music. Now, you've got to stop two things, do one thing. Stop the bullshit, start focusing on your music. End of the story. Skye, what would you say?
Absolutely. You focus on the music and the title will come. That's it.
100%. 100%. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video. And until next time, see you later. Take care.
Bye.